What on earth are you doing with that mop, boy?
Oh gosh, I'm sorry, Mrs. Meg. My mum's got me back on the mercury again.
Give me strength.
Hello and welcome to the audio deep dive of Thank Goodness You're Here. My name is Michelle Del Mundo, and I'm from Michelle in the Pit alongside audio directors Preston Wright and Millie Wisar. Together we make up the audio team for the game. In Thank Goodness You're Here, you play as this tiny yellow salesman navigating the quaint British town of Barnsworth.
It's rate good.
With around 600 different interactable objects and characters, Preston, Millie, and I have definitely had our fair share of slapping random things in the real world just to capture the right sound. Every object has at least 3 and sometimes up to 10 variations of their bespoke impact sounds.
I said, in arrears? Well, I can try, but it's your wife.
We've had to get pretty creative when designing audio for things that are either super quiet, don't make a sound at all, or simply don't exist in real life. Like the sound of a really long sausage moving through the town, slapping a pie that's so big it exploded out of a pie shop, or a water fountain that suddenly starts spraying fryer oil. On the technical side of things, our audio programmer Nicholas Zhang was able to create a system that controlled character mouth movements with their corresponding audio files.
I feel I'm wasting away out here. My blood sugar's dropping, I can feel it.
This saved a lot of potential manual work syncing mouth movements to the VO. Transitioning between areas of the game involves a dynamic music system that changes specific stems depending on where you are and what's happening.
Hello. You told him what?
At the game's climax, the characters burst into Rhythmic's song and you get to play along.
It's really wrong.
Bop the ball. He's in our hole.
Brush his head, he's nearly dead. Put the god until he's dead. Push that.
Musical sections were made to loop or sustain depending on the progression of the actions made by the player. To add to the intensity, we also had different layers of underlying risers. On the topic of cutscenes, the process felt very similar to editing for animation for movies or TV. Typically, the animation for a cutscene was locked by the time it got to me, and I had to sync up the VO and edit in a linear fashion. One of my favorite cutscenes has to be Raj's existential crisis because of the fast cuts between environments.
It's just too big. Too big.
That won't fit.
No.
Extra, extra large.
Too big. This is a family restaurant.
Too big. Too big.
Not
just
today.
too big.
Too big.
Something's gonna be big.
Too big. Just be fair.
Another favorite of mine is A Few Too Many because of the perspective changes, and it was always so fun just being able to listen to the different takes that the voice actors would provide.
No. Oh no. Oh. No.
No. No. No. No.
The game directors Will and James had a really detailed ear for what fit best for each cutscene, and what we ended up with really let their vision shine. Even moving from cutscenes back to gameplay is seamless, because we made sure that the clock bell persists through the ends of cutscenes into regular gameplay.
Oh, you blooming turnip.
In for a penny.
So that required some new design iterations just for the clock. The mixing process was a balancing act, prioritizing key characters and objects over the detailed background emitters like insects or birds to make sure that the important moments stood out.
I simply do not like snails at all.
I'm gonna throw things over to Millie so she can talk about her design process.
Hi, I'm Millie. I was co-directing Thank Goodness You're Here with Preston, and I'm going to show you a session where I recorded some hungry rats eating cheese. For the rat bite, I used some library sounds of humans chewing cereal, and a little bit, the beginning is me chewing peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So it goes kind of crunchy at the beginning, and then my voice, it's pitched up. It originally sounds like this. So it's just me going, and this is me chewing peanut butter and jelly. So it's like softer. A lot of the sounds in the game are recordings of us performing the action and the combination of library sounds. Just making these sounds funny was actually having fun while making them, and kind of like imprinting that playful spirit to our sound design. When I saw this character right here, Jennifer Joggins, I asked the devs if we could add some music so that when we slapped her, you could hear the music that was playing inside her Walkman. So for that, we decided to make some sort of Euro dance music, kind of like from the 90s. And I made this loop. And to make it sound like it was coming from a Walkman, I used this plugin. So try slapping her and see what happens.
As we wrap up this audio deep dive, I just want to say how awesome it's been to share the behind-the-scenes magic of Thank Goodness You're Here. Every sound has been carefully crafted to make the town of Barnsworth feel alive. From the silly slaps of everyday objects to the over-the-top voice lines, our team had so much fun putting this all together, and we hope that you enjoyed this look under the hood and it gives you a new appreciation for the sounds that make this quirky adventure so special. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening.